I'm different.
Yeah,
I'm different. 2 Chainz. Shout out 2 Chainz.
Hello.
What's going on?
How you doing?
I made another block. Let me calm down.
Just take it easy, okay?
Whoa, take it easy, man.
Take it easy. Arlo's not taking it easy.
What's the prob, Bob?
He likes to cry at the door. Or the corner over there.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to just cry into the corner.
Got
and
you.
Stare at the wall. Hi, Arlo.
Nope, we're not talking. Alright, but anyway.
I got hair on my mic and drool.
Should we pause for a minute so you get that off?
No, it'll dry.
But with all that, I'm pretty sure y'all know what this is.
You know what we're doing by now.
It was just a whole bit of like not explaining what's happening, but like y'all know what's happening.
Alright, this is... Okay. It's not a nonsense episode. This is a serious episode.
Very serious episode of the Duck Squad
podcast.
Yes, that's right. We're back at you with another episode coming at you 2025. This time, you want to say what we're doing?
No. Well, where do I start? We were trying to figure out what we want to talk about first because we're waiting for new music to drop in 2025, and then we realized there's new music we haven't talked about from 2024, including Lana from SZA. But then we were like, oh, we should, since it's a deluxe, we should talk about SOS before we talk about Lana, because Lana's a deluxe, I guess.
Yes,
that's what she wanted.
That's what they said. I mean, you listen to the two, like, they don't really feel like a deluxe. It feels like a separate album. But if they want to label it a deluxe, we should go back and review the original first.
Yeah, it's only fair. As much as I love Lana.
That's right. And today we're talking about SZA's SOS, the OG. And we'll be coming at you soon with Lana. But for now,
yeah.
Anything you'd like to say about SZA before we dive on in?
So this album, to bring you back a little bit, this came out in 2022 of December. So right towards the end of that whole COVID-19 era. So she's been working on this throughout COVID. We got a lot of great music out of COVID-19. That is one of the silver linings of COVID, I think, is all of the music and the projects and the art that came out during that time. This is her second studio album. She's a fairly new artist, even though her first album dropped in 2017?
Yeah, her debut album, Control, came out 2017, and a lot of people were just waiting for a follow-up from her. It was a very successful commercial album, put her on the map, but it took a while for this to come together.
Yeah, but I mean, the wait was definitely worth it, because this broke the record for most weeks at #1 on top R&B albums for the charts. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, in that time, when it takes so long to release an album, like sometimes people kind of like turn their back on you and kind of leave you behind. But like she was only able to like build up hype to the point where like she's one of the biggest names in music right now. Like
her hard work's really paying off.
Yeah,
good for her. I love SZA. This was also at the time in 2022, 2023ish. This was the #1 longest running women's album of the decade. Isn't that crazy?
That is a big deal. Like, I wouldn't have...
Longest running #1.
Yeah.
Good for her. Yay, women. I love that women are just, like, taking over in music. Sorry to the men, but... The 2020s are for the ladies, okay?
You're taking over. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
This album also won her a Grammy for Best Progressive R&B Album. And, oh my gosh, I can't get over her performance last year at the Grammys.
It's Saturn,
When
right?
she did Kill Bill for the Grammys. Yes. 2024.
You sure?
Yes.
I don't remember.
I remember because maybe it was the week or the day before, I don't know, right before the Grammys aired last year in 2024, I remember I had to go to the emergency room, so I remember being like mentally and physically exhausted, and I sat down and the Grammys were playing, so I got to sit and I was just in time to watch SZA's performance of Kill Bill, and it was so good. The set was amazing. The dancers were great, and there were some really funny moments in there. Like, there was one part where there's like a guy that walks up to her, and then he's on like a line, and he just flies straight up into the air.
Oh, I think I remember what happens now. No, you're right. She did Snooze and Kill Bill on the live show.
Yes.
But there was a bonus performance where she did Saturn.
Oh yeah, so you're right about that too. I forgot.
We're both right.
Yeah.
We accept opinions.
I was just so infatuated by her Kill Bill performance. I was obsessed with it. That's where after that I was like, okay, I really got to listen to SZA. So I will say I'm a newer SZA fan.
SOS definitely helped him enhance my fandom for SZA. Like I really liked Control. I still listen to it like to this day. It's a really good album. But I do think SOS like really put me 100% on board with SZA. Like I'm 100% behind her now.
Yeah, there's a lot of emotion behind this album. It's a long album, 23 songs ? Because she does have like an intro and like an interlude that like you could either consider or not consider a song, but like they're on the track list. I'm sorry if you can hear Arlo crying. He has a lot of emotions right now.
It's all good. I mean, honestly, for being 23 tracks long, it's not really that long of an album. It clocks in about a little over an hour, which is a lot shorter than you would expect. But a lot of these songs are like under 3 minutes.
Yeah, there are some long ones. There are some that are like over 3 minutes. There are a bunch under 2 minutes. So there's a good mix.
All right, you ready to dive on in then?
Yeah. You know what I just realized?
What's that?
You didn't look at any of my notes.
Oh yeah, let me do that real fast.
It's too late. We started.
I'm already looking anyway.
Oh, okay.
Stand by.
Stand by, I guess. I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, because I straight up forgot. Whoa. I don't like that.
Here we go.
Already don't like that.
I love the live reaction we get.
Crazy. I don't like that. Wow, this is crazy.
You're crazy.
Yeah, I don't like this at all. This is not going to be good.
Okay, well, give me that back. I shouldn't have said nothing.
This is crazy.
It's not crazy. It's
this
fine.
This is not going to be... We got 23 tracks to get through this. Let's dive on in.
We're going to do speed run. Number 1, SOS.
Title track. What'd you think?
So, is it a song? Is it not? It's on the track list, but like, is it a song? Who knows? But I mean, it's a strong opener regardless. I don't think it's necessarily a song, but more of like an introduction / opener. Get you hyped up for the album. It sets the mood. I mean, the backup vocals make me feel pumped up and like ready to listen to the next 22 songs. And also, what I forgot to mention in like the intro is I think this, like, one of the things I really like about SZA is that she puts these really like real one-liners in her lyrics. Well, there's a lot more than one line per song, but like, you know what I mean? She just like, I really like the way she writes her lyrics. There's a lyric in here. It says, and I cried and cried, said what's on my mind. This is like an intro to how her lyrics are so real. Anyway, this is not the best example, but we'll get there.
Stand by.
Overall, I think in this little intro, she's just like reintroducing herself because in her first album, Control, was dropped in 2017, and now this is 5 years later, so she's feeling more confident. She's learned from past mistakes. She's feeling stronger, you know, reflecting on some past mistakes and learning and growing from that, which is a good theme to have, especially in the 2020s, like right in the early 2020s when everybody had time to reflect on all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I felt like it was a nice way for her to make a comeback. You know, like I'm kind of in the mindset of like being used to her like dropping music now, but I have to like get back in the mindset of, like this album like was her first album in a long time. So like this was like a really like sort of like a make or break kind of moment. Like you really got to come back hard, or like people might just kind of drop you there. But I thought she came back hard here. The vocals here were cutting through real nice. I thought she sounded really great on this track. The music was a little understated, but I think it worked. It's your pretty standard intro for an album. You know, I think it accomplished what needed to be accomplished, and it set up a lot of good things that are coming on the way. Yeah. I rated this a 7 out of 10.
Ooh, I did too.
You think by that would be an agreement of everything. It's about to go down.
He's just salty. He says we accept opinions, but then my opinion comes along.
I'm about to ruin this man's whole career.
Man.
I'm just kidding.
No, it's not.
We accept opinions.
Yeah.
But with that, track number 2.
Number 2.
Kill Bill, the big single from this album.
Yeah, this was one of 6 singles.
Yeah, this is the one I will say. It took off when the album dropped. Like it wasn't like the first single to drop, like it dropped with the album, but like this is the one that like really took over on Spotify and Apple Music. Like it was just very organic as a hit. So like I think she just kind of ran with it after that.
My favorite lyric in the song is, "Hate to see you happy if I'm not the one driving." She's got these real good one-liners in like almost every song.
You know,
They hit.
The one-liners on this song. I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
No, you're good.
I was just gonna say the one-liners on this song are crazy. Like it's hilarious to listen to sometimes, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's no wonder why the song is so big because it's a great song. I love the flow. The lyricism is really the highlight of the song for me. I love the verses. That's a trend on this whole album, I feel. I realized it with this song specifically in the beginning. The verses I really, really enjoy on almost every song. Then the chorus gets I get a little wishy-washy about because I'm like, I understand. I can't. Sometimes, I don't know, they're a little repetitive, they're a little meh. I don't know. That does not include the very last chorus at the ending of the song. I did like that one a lot. It was a little different. I rated this a 6.5 out of 10 because I do like this song. But there's songs on here I like more. I understand why it's a hit and why it's just a classic SZA song now, but there are songs on this album that I like more.
I don't know, for me, I remember like first listening to this album for the first time. Like the second this track came through, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a big one. It's gonna be the big single. Like I just felt it. Like the melody on this track is unmatched. I love the melody here. The storytelling from this song combined with the eerie production like in the background to kind of back it up. Like it's just so hard to describe, but it's like so cool. Like I just knew from the jump like the song was gonna be big. So I really am glad that like it took off the way that it is. I'm 100% a fan of this track. This is one of my favorite tracks. I gave it straight up 10 out of 10.
Wow.
I love this song.
Arlo, what do you think? He likes it.
I can't understand if some people don't, because I remember some people like not really liking this song. This kind of feels like one of those songs you're either gonna really love or really just don't like.
Yeah, it's a pretty polarizing song.
Yeah, I would say that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of in the middle on it. Like I like it, but I'm not gonna. I mean, if it comes on, I'll vibe to it, but I'm not gonna pick it out of the rest of the album personally. All right.
Next track, number 3, Seek and Destroy. Opinion?
My opinion. I'm scared now. I mean, overall, I love SZA's voice, and I like the key she's singing in on the song. I think okay, I don't know if this is going to make sense, but I'm just going to say what I think, and hopefully it makes sense to some people. But like the production and the music on this one, just like it itched the scratch that was in my brain that I didn't know I had. Does that make sense at all?
I get that.
Like, I don't know how else to explain it, and I'm not good at using my words. It was so satisfying to listen to, and this song is 3 minutes and 22 seconds, but it just feels like it goes so much quicker. I almost wish it was a little bit longer, but that's not a make or break for me. Another lyric I really like in the song is, now that I've ruined everything, I'm so effing free. It's so real. I feel that, because then you don't have anything to lose. So what are you scared of?
I did like the message of this song. It was pretty interesting concept. You know, how love can lead you to do like these kind of bad things when you're in that type of relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do kind of wish maybe this was a bit longer. I feel like it could have been fleshed out a bit more. Some tracks, I think, I've said this before in the past, but like that's kind of the problem when your songs are like under 3 minutes. They sometimes don't feel like as fleshed out as they could be. They kind of feel a bit unfinished. I think that was a bit of a problem I was having with a couple tracks here, and this is one of them. So this isn't necessarily, it's not a bad track at all by any means. But it's not really one of my favorites. This is not one I particularly would return to.
That's fine. I like the song a little more.
What'd you rate it?
I gave it a 7.
Well, see, that's fine. I gave it a 7 too.
You did?
7 out of 10.
Okay. I feel like we had much different opinions about the song almost, but we gave it the same rating. That's really interesting.
You're going to find there's not much here that like I rated too low. Like this actually might be as low as it gets, 7.
Wow.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
What do you mean don't remember? We gonna see. But yeah, this might be the low bar for me.
Huh. Okay.
Next track, number 4.
This is a speed run. We gotta speed through this.
Speaking of low.
What?
Low bar. Low. Number 4. What'd you think?
Florida?
Sure, they got a low. With T-Pain. With Flow.
It's got this, I don't know if I'm going to explain this correctly, but it's got this spooky underground low-key vibe to it. I'm really digging it, and I don't know. The verses kind of give me a Post Malone vibe. You know what I mean?
Like an old school, more.
Yeah, it makes me think of Post Malone.
Yeah.
I liked that because I think I heard when she was trying to figure out what features to put on the album. I think she wanted to try and have Post Malone on a song, but it like didn't work out or something. I wondered if there was a Post Malone feature, if it would be on this song.
She did do a feature for one of his albums.
She did on Hollywood's Bleeding.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All the Stars? No.
That's Staring at the Sun.
It's always something with space. Stars, sun. What? Listen, Luther. Listen.
What's Luther got to do with space? That's Luther Vandross.
It's got a spacey vibe, okay? But listen, it's always something. She likes space, okay? She's a space girl. But
her production has like a spacey vibe to it, which I do like.
And Lana's like very like spacey and very alien-like, and
I'm not supposed to talk about Lana yet.
I'm sorry, I'm just saying one sentence. Sheesh. What was I saying? Okay, yeah. So it gave me a Post Malone vibe. I mean, I really vibe with the song. Not that I relate to the message or really want to promote the message about like being sneaky and having a sneaking link, but I can't help but like vibe with this song because I think it's really good.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like some of these tracks, she has like really interesting takes, very interesting concepts and approaches to the lyrics.
Yeah.
Of said content, which I think is really cool. Seeing it from that perspective, I do sometimes have like a bit of a problem like relating with that perspective.
Yeah, but you just supporting it. Still.
Yeah, that's the thing. It could be a vibe. Like that was kind of a problem I had here, but it's still a vibe. You know, keeping your business to yourself and everything, which was really funny. Some nice production here, but again, not particularly a track I would return to often. I said 7 out of 10.
I said 7.5.
Okay.
And I wrote, it keeps getting better because I put for number 2, 6.5, and then I put 7. Now it's 7.5. I liked that the first few songs for me got a little bit better and better.
I felt like I was kind of afraid. It was only like a couple tracks in though. Kind of after Kill Bill, I was kind of afraid we were hitting a bit of a roadblock. But for me, I think this is where things are going to turn around a bit, or actually a lot. Track number 5, Love Language. What did you think? I saw the notes, so by note, but go ahead.
I should have just said nothing, I guess. But so Love Language is kind of about wanting to understand, and you want to love somebody so badly, but they're not into you the same way, and they're not reciprocating the same feelings, and you want to be faithful to them, but they don't want to be faithful to you, I guess. And it's kind of sad. I will appreciate there's no chorus in the song. She's just kind of going off and she's kind of riffing, and that makes the song a little bit different and unique compared to the rest of the album. But I just couldn't get into it. I'm sorry.
I could get into it.
Okay.
I liked it. I thought I was gonna wait to say this a bit later, but I feel like she really shines best when the production is a bit more laid back and understated to allow her vocals to cut through. I like SZA's voice. I don't think she's like, no, this is no disrespect to her at all. I don't think she's one of like the stronger singers in R&B, but I feel like her vocals really do shine when you pull things back a little bit and you just let her come through. Because her voice really cuts through on this style of production, this beat, the message, like trying to understand someone's heart, trying to find love through there, trying to build something like through that, I think was really great. But again, like the vocals just cut through, and this was just something I really needed to come boost me into this album a little bit. I think things really picked up here. I gave this an 8 out of 10.
Ooh, I gave it a 5.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. Track number 6.
I can't see.
Blind. I'm blind. What do you think?
I love this song. One of my favorite lyrics is, I don't care how much you knew me in the past tense. That's so real. I just like the way she describes things so much.
Mm-hmm.
You're just looking back at how you used to be and how much you let slide and how quote unquote blind you were to a lot of like red flags, a lot of things that were disrespectful. And the song's all about progression. You're not dealing with that anymore. You're not putting up with it anymore. The chorus gets stuck in my head so easily. I really like her voice. I really like when she gets to have these little like moments in the choruses where it's like light. I don't know how to explain it. She's like, I can't, it's so light and it's so good. I can't sing, so I can't do it.
It's her riffs, I think, maybe like
her little riffs. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, you good.
This is not my top 3, but this is one of my favorite songs off the album. This one probably gets stuck in my head the most, I will say.
I had it up there for me.
This wasn't a single, was it?
Not this one, no.
It should have been.
I get what you were trying to say. But like I love the message too, like sometimes you let the bad things in your life, the things that go wrong, like affect your view of life, and you kind of forget like, oh, there are good things going on too. It's about just like attempting to seek out those good things, attempting to see the good that's always been in front of you, but you've just been blinded by the bad, which I really liked. Combined, with the message, with the vocals and the production on this track. This was a track I really enjoyed. I gave this a 9 out of 10.
Ooh, I gave it an 8.
Nice.
I really like the one-liners in this. It's real, relatable. Overall, great song.
Track number 7, Used.
Featuring Don Tolver. Did I say it correctly?
Yeah.
Tolver?
I believe so.
The I in there messes me up. Tolver? I think they complement each other really well, and I was really happy with this track overall. I like that you get to see both sides of the story with their perspectives, with the way that they tell it. Another favorite lyric in this song: might get chipped sharing my vision, might as well, can't tell if it's even worth. I might as well share my perspective. If you don't understand it or don't like it, whatever, I'm just gonna do it anyway. I love that the song has like little hints of like that bedroom pop, that spacey kind of like pop low-key vibe. You know what I'm talking about? Like in 2020, how like bedroom pop really was popular for a while.
Right.
I really got into that when COVID was going on. But I really like that we get little hints of that in here, and I like that this track is a little more spacey with it. And I think the song's a step up from Blind, and I really appreciate how some of these tracks pair really well together, and how I really like the placement of certain tracks on this album, and I just like the intention of how certain songs were placed, because these two songs complement each other very well.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of instances where you can like point out that like some tracks are clearly back to back with each other because they complement each other message wise, production wise. This isn't a concept album, but like you can tell like she knew what she was doing, like building this album, placing everything where it needed to be placed. Like it doesn't feel like an album of just like it's not a concept record, but it doesn't feel like an album just a bunch of random songs like just tagged on back to back with each other. Like these songs are meant to be where they are in the track list for a reason. And yeah, this song really complements Blind. I feel like Don, he's not on the track too much, but I feel like I do get funny sometimes where like artists bring on songs and like they don't do much on the song. You're just like, why'd you do that? I was thinking that, but no, I feel like his contribution to the track was good, and I feel like I got what I needed out of him with the feature. They do complement each other very well here, so I do like this track.
I like when a feature doesn't take over the song, or I like when they just have a few moments.
You a feature.
Like, that's a feature to me. Like, they're just doing their own thing. They have their little moment, but it's SZA song at the end of the day.
You get no lines. No, I'm just playing. What'd you rate this song?
I gave it an 8.5.
I gave it an 8.
Ooh. I thought it was a step up from Blind, so I thought it deserved a 0.5 more.
I guess maybe I thought it was a step down, but like I still like the track.
All right.
Just saying, we accept opinions.
Yeah.
Now here we go. Here we go. Track number 8. The other big single, Snooze. This song, just real quick, in case you didn't know by now, this song was written by Andre from Victorious, aka Leon Thomas. Won a Grammy for this track. Shout out to them.
Shout out
to my boy.
He did it.
He's one of those guys, he came up, you could tell he loves what he's doing. Mm-hmm. He came up. It took a little while to keep his name out there after the show ended, but he's doing things. He's doing what he want to do, and he's getting some success out of it. So shout out to him.
I'm happy for him.
What you think of this track?
This is the big hit. It's hard not to love this song.
I love this song.
Just being so obsessed with someone and they still don't reciprocate your feelings, but at the same time, you just can't help but have feelings for this person. But even if you don't relate to the message, what makes the song so great is you can still love the song, even though you don't relate or get with the message, which is what makes a single and why the song is so highly streamed. It's so catchy, and it's just such a beautiful song. I forget that it has such a sad message underneath because it's so good. You know what I mean?
It gives off that vibe, like it's gonna be like this, like more laid back, like sexy type song. Like the message, yeah, it's like it has a very heavy message if you really sit down and listen to the lyrics. But I actually kind of like that.
Yeah.
That like it's kind of hidden behind like this more like spacey, laid back kind of vibe.
I like those songs where you can either vibe with it or really listen to the lyrics and be in your feelings.
Right.
There's a lot of layers to the song, which is really nice to have.
I know this song was big. Won, I believe, best R&B song, which is why Leon Thomas got partial credit because songwriters get the song categories. Yeah, it's a beautifully written song. I love the production. It kind of has like almost like that old school R&B kind of vibe to it, which I really liked. I really love this track. I can't say anything negative about it.
No, I love the riff in the beginning too, and just that little opening. It makes it feel so much more like genuine. SZA does such a good job of like having that spacey vibe on her songs and on her tracks, and I think she does a great job with keeping that kind of feeling. If I can't explain it, so if you know, you know. But
if you know
that
you
like
know.
wispy, kind of flowy, like she just has this vibe when she sings, and it's just chef's kiss. What did you rate the song?
I gave this baby a 10 out of 10.
Whoa.
Love the song.
I gave it an 8.
Okay.
I love this song, but there are probably a couple songs I love more. So I tried to be really fair with this album. It's not Post Malone. I can't have favoritism.
I think I'm having a bit of favoritism. But anyway, track number 9, Notice Me. What you think?
So
Not
this,
good.
hey.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, I can't.
Hey, man.
Okay, well, hey, man.
Chill.
What's up, Patrick?
Shout out to Patrick. What'd you think?
I lost my whole train of thought. First of all, it's only 2 minutes and 40 seconds. This song kind of flies right by you if you're not really focused on the music. The chorus is quick. I can't really get into the song because I feel like by the time I've grasped the concept, the song is over. From what I understand, it's about kind of wanting to be more than a girlfriend with someone and they don't want to commit, which we've already kind of heard this before, but told better. And I don't know, it's one of those songs that made me think, and I was like, if this song was taken off, maybe that would be fine. I'm sorry. I don't want it taken off, but if it was, I would understand.
I see. I kind of feel like the opposite way. Like, I do agree. Yeah, we definitely got like this kind of message already with a couple of tracks, but I feel like it was done better here. Yeah, actually, I feel like there's beauty in the simplicity of some of these tracks. Like, I feel like this one's a bit more straightforward about wanting more in a relationship, just not being on the same page as somebody. Yeah, somebody just wants you for your body and whatnot, but like you want a real relationship, you want love, which I can totally understand. I feel like it's conveyed better here. I feel like there's more emotion behind her voice, which I really liked. It really does make a difference how you sing a track, how you convey the lyrics through your vocals. I feel like it made a difference here. I gave this track a 9 out of 10.
Wow. Next song.
Nah. What's your rating? Tell these people.
A 4.
Oh, sorry. What was that? Say that one more time.
I gave it a 4. I'm sorry. Sorry, I couldn't get into the song, okay? So, track number 10.
Track number 10.
Gone Girl.
What's gone?
What's gone?
What'd you think?
This is the longest song. 4 minutes and 4 seconds.
I was gonna say, is this the longest track? Is this one of those tracks?
This is the longest track.
Okay.
I'm 95% sure. I kind of like that the longest song is put at track number 10 because this is pretty much the halfway mark of the album.
True.
Out of 23 songs, well, 21 plus an intro and an interlude. So this song, I feel like, is a step up from Notice Me, personally. This song is just a realization that you deserve better and you shouldn't have to deal with people and their negativity and the fact that they're not reciprocating the same thing as you. I love the echoes. I love how she created such an empty space to build with her voice and everything. And I like how in the beginning her voice feels so isolated, and I don't know how else to explain it. I'm not good with words today. It's been a long week. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I don't know if you know, but like this song actually, it's in reference to the movie Gone Girl.
I thought it was, but I didn't know for sure.
Yeah, it is definitely in reference to that movie. It has definitely like similar messages, themes of love and the relationship and the abandonment you can feel in a relationship, which I really liked. I thought, again, she kind of put herself in a story. I don't know if I said this yet, but she's a very good storyteller, and it's conveyed well in the lyrics. The vocal prowess that she was showing here just cuts through so well. Like, yeah, you gotta be careful. You're gonna be a gone girl. Love this track.
Yeah. I really like how she uses her lyrics to describe different emotions. I know I'm saying a lot of really good things about this, but my rating probably doesn't reflect that very well because I really like the song, but I feel like there are still songs on this album that deserve a high rating for me personally. I gave it a 5.5.
Mm.
I'm sorry.
I gave this a 10 out of 10.
You gave it a 10.
I love this track.
Wow.
I love this track.
That's great.
It's powerful. I love it. Next track, number 11, Smoking on My X-Pac. This is kind of like the interlude we were talking about.
Yeah. This is 1 minute and 23 seconds, so it's short and it's sweet.
Yeah.
It's funny that this follows the longest song on the track too. And see, this is another example where I think they're paired purposely together.
I also feel like I don't mean to cut you off.
What? No, you're good.
Like you were saying, like yeah, like around track 10 or so, like it's kind of like the halfway mark of the album. I feel like this track in particular is kind of like a mark because I think we kind of transitioned a bit more after this into like different vibes.
That's really
different
true.
Genres. You're gonna see like in a minute when we talk about some of these next tracks.
Yeah.
So I think like yeah, this was kind of like the last bit of like what you're gonna get from like this first half before we give you something a little bit different here. I feel like this is why it's placed here.
I think you're right. I think that's a really good point. This could be the halfway mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought, it was a fine little interlude transition song. The rap was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting it, but like I thought she did fine with it. I gave it a 6 out of 10.
I did too. It's fun, it's quick, it's silly.
Yeah.
I was gonna look up who produced the song because I know he didn't, but this little interlude thing gives me Kanye vibes, doesn't it? Like older Kanye.
Yeah, older Kanye. I get that.
I don't know who produced it though.
Whoa,
who did it?
Jay Versace.
Whoa, that's crazy.
That's crazy, right? The guy from Vine.
Yeah.
Get your dog.
It don't bite.
Yes, it don't.
I will never walk into the ocean again.
Frankly, I won't.
I ain't eaten 3 days.
We just sit here. But shout out to Jay Versace. He came through
Good
here.
for you, man. Okay. Well, that's a really fun fact.
Number 12, Ghost in the Machine featuring... I thought you were going to say it.
No, I didn't write it down. I forgot.
Phoebe Bridgers. What did you think?
This is another great example of how real and raw SZA can be. I just really like when artists show this like raw, genuine side of them, and they're not just throwing lyrics out there just for the sake of the song. The song's just about the need for a genuine human connection with somebody. You don't want to be with them for the money, for their looks. You want to be with them for their intellect and their who they are as a person. This song's a great reflection, I also think, on modern life and technology and how the world is right now, and how sometimes we forget we need that human connection, like no social media, no DMs, just speaking to people. It's a great start off into the different vibe that we're going to get through the rest of the album.
Yeah, no, this song definitely is a great start to like that transition, that new vibe you're gonna get. I do like the message. Again, like we've seen this message before, but I feel like it's done very strong here. This is not a pairing I ever would have imagined, SZA, Phoebe Bridgers, but it actually works pretty well. I feel like SZA, surprisingly, her voice lends well to this kind of production, lends well to this type of song. Like it does exist more, I think, in Phoebe's world of like genre-wise. But I feel like SZA actually lends her voice pretty well to this type of track, which I think was good. I gave this a 9 out of 10.
Whoa. I gave it a 6. It's solid. It's solid, and I just felt a 6 justified it for me.
Number 13, F to F. What you think?
I love the acoustic 2000s vibe we get from the song. Unless that was just me that got that vibe, but...
No, this song had like a... I don't mean to cut you off again.
No, you're good.
No, like this song, and I think the next track, I won't say too much yet about that one, but like, yeah, these definitely have like almost like a pop punk Avril Lavigne type vibe to them.
I'm so glad you said that, especially in the chorus on the song. Like, it's undeniable for me personally. If you grew up listening to like Avril Lavigne, Ally and AJ, Hilary Duff,
yes,
all those people, like this is the vibe you get, and I love it. I like seeing the side of SZA where you get these like little acoustic moments with her. Like they almost feel a little more like, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word?
Talk to me.
I'm not good with words today. It's almost like a more personal side of SZA when we get this little acoustic moment with her. This song's a little repetitive, but I mean, a lot of 2000 songs were, and if that's the kind of vibe she's going for, she did it. And this song's definitely a switch up from the rest of the album for me, and a couple other songs are too, but we'll get to those.
Yeah, no, this definitely is a switch up. There are points on this track where it kind of feels more like this is how a pop punk early 2000s song is supposed to sound, as opposed to just like being authentic to it, which was kind of an issue I had with Post Malone F1 Trillion. Like sometimes it kind of was like, this is how a country song is supposed to sound, as opposed to like just writing a genuine country song. That was my main criticism for that album,
Yeah.
and that's kind of the criticism I had here. It's just different genre, but like I feel like again, her voice surprisingly lends well to this type of track. Like I actually wouldn't mind if she did go back and like make an album or at least like an EP one day where like it's just more like a pop side, more like this kind of vibe because I feel like it lends well here. It's just I would hope it'd be a bit more of a creative vibe to it because I just didn't feel quite as creative as I thought it could have been. But again, I would never have expected this kind of vibe from SZA. Like, I don't think we got this vibe at all on Control.
Yeah, I couldn't really complain, but at the same time, I was like, okay, what's next?
It's definitely catchy
what's
though.
coming on? Yeah. It is catchy. I do like the song. I gave it a 6.
I gave it a 6 as well.
Yeah, I think it's solid, but there's still more to come on the album. So,
number 14. Nobody Gets Me. What you think?
I'm not really one for these breakup songs, but like this one, no pun intended, really gets me. Like my heart hurts when I listen to this song. It's so well done, and I personally don't get into breakup songs a lot because they're just not my thing, but I felt it. I felt it on this one. Just the lyric alone, nobody gets me, you do. It just makes me so sad. It made me feel so sad listening to this, but like she achieved the kind of like emotion that she was going for. She like hit it on the nail.
Again, like her voice cuts through well here. The message is conveyed very well. Like this can't happen. Like nobody gets me like you do. Like what happens when I do lose you?
Yeah, it's so sad.
It really is sad.
It's emotional. It's strong. It's powerful. Like I love it.
I love this song. I gave this a 10 out of 10.
Wow, I give it an 8.
Very strong song.
It is strong.
Number 15, Conceited. What do you think?
I love the switch up in the song because like we just went from one of the saddest songs on the track into this song, and I love when artists do that intentionally on their track list. I really think it was an intention.
I will say like this is where the album I feel like kind of gets back into the vibe you would expect from SZA.
Yeah, I kind of like that Conceited's further back on the track list because it's a flex style song, and she had to reflect on all the mistakes she's made in the past and things she let slide, and now she's flexing. She sounds literally quote unquote conceited, but in such a good way, and it sounds so natural for her to have this style song in such a good way. And there's some really funny lyrics in here. I can't even say this one out loud. So this I love this lyric. All the is minions, despicable, like ooh. I love that lyric so
That's
much.
That's a good. Yeah, no, I like the vibe of it. You definitely feel not just a production change, but like a lyrical change. Like a lot of the tracks on the first half are about like come from a bit more of like a heartbreaking sort of side and like a more like down on your luck kind of vibe. But like I feel like this is like the start of like something else, something a bit more like of a transition.
The start of something new.
We getting High School Musical up in here. Zac Efron. No, yeah, like I definitely like this track. I like the vibe. I like the message. I gave an 8 out of 10.
Ooh, I gave it a 9. I love this song.
Number 16, Special.
So 2000s.
Definitely had a 2000s vibe.
So 2000s. This is a quick and simple song, reflecting on how when you're around somebody so much, you just become so much like them, and you kind of lose sight of who you are and who your interests are, what your interests are, and just how you are as a person. And you kind of, sometimes if you're not careful, you kind of lose touch of who you really are. And it's a great reflection song, and I'm so glad this is one of the songs that had a 2000s vibe to it, because this is such a 2000s theme. This is great.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's really quick though. I didn't write down the time, but it's quick.
It's a short and simple thing, the message is really good, sometimes you get around people and everyone has insecurities, and like and that's totally understandable. You're a human being, you're allowed to have your insecurities, but sometimes like your insecurity of yourself can kind of drag someone down, feel the need to try and drag somebody down to your level as opposed to like trying to be raised up. and admitting their flaws, their insecurities to make them feel bad. Like it's hard to be around that type of thing. Like you just want to feel special, but like you kind of your vibe makes me feel less.
Yeah. Overall, for me, it's a little eh.
I
I
liked it.
I liked it. I feel like it was quick and simple, and it was just like almost like it was missing something for me.
Maybe there could have been more to it.
It could have been a little longer. I gave it a 5. I feel like there are songs on here that deserve a higher rating in my own perspective, which we're gonna get to in a real quick minute here. But
I gave it
yeah.
8.
All right.
I liked it.
All right.
Number 18 or 17. Sorry.
You too late is number 17.
Number 17. Too late. What'd you think?
Huh?
What'd you think of the song? Yeah.
Okay. You speak it real fast. I don't know.
We gotta get through this.
You talking to Arlo? I know. Speed run. Okay.
We'll
do it. We'll do it. We get it done. We'll get it done.
We're pretty much at the end, so we might as well just do the whole thing.
We're doing the whole thing, okay? The closer you get to somebody, the more you get hurt. The closer these two people got to each other, the more they got hurt. You're just pondering and you're wondering, like, is it too late to save what we have? Are we too hurt? Can we get past this? Like, what can we do? And it's a good message to have. It's a little different from what we've already heard, which I appreciated. I thought it was catchy. It has that relatable message to it with the twist that we kind of haven't heard yet. I appreciated the kind of like the switch up in message from the last song.
I thought the message was pretty good. I think she conveyed it very well. I like the guitar kind of like in the background on this track.
Yeah.
I thought it was really nice. And you can hear the emotion in her voice. Mm-hmm. Again, like the emotion in her voice really helped to elevate the message that she's conveying to these lyrics. So I think it works well here. It kind of helped me like this song a bit more than I would have thought. Because it's not particularly one of my favorite tracks, but I do feel like it's a job well done. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
All right. I gave it a 6.5.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was a step up from number 16, so I gave it a little higher rating.
Number 18, Far. What did you think?
We cutting people out. Toxic habits, toxic people, they're gone. I love it. I love this kind of message. Just being done with everybody's shit, and you're done. And you're just not dealing with it anymore. And she's explaining she's distancing herself for her own protection, and if that's what she feels she has to do, and that's how it is. I really like the lyric in the song. I know I haven't written down any other good one-liners other than the Minion one recently, but this one really got me. She said, "If nobody wants you, you're free." And that one makes you think. So I really like that line.
I mean, yeah, like the message here, about getting too far from who you used to be and just letting that go, I thought was really good. I thought she conveyed it very well. I like the laid back production here. Sometimes, maybe it can be a bit too laid back. Sometimes it's not. I feel like it works well here on this particular track. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I gave it a 7. I like the message on it. I could relate to it. I gave it a 7.
Number 19, Shirt. I'm pretty sure this was the first single. It's definitely one of those ones that dropped like before the album was before she announced it. I think it is.
I think that would make sense because I feel like the song didn't get the hype it deserved.
It's very...
a little low-key.
Yeah.
Shirt's a hidden gem. It's a hidden gem on this album. I love it.
I like this song. It's not a bad song. It's the chorus is definitely very catchy with like the way she kind of speaks to it and everything. I do think in comparison, like production wise, lyric wise to some of the other songs, it's a bit more basic. Like I kind of feel like again, this song was released a little bit ahead of everything. So sometimes I wonder if maybe like it doesn't quite match the vibe of the rest that was going on here. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But it's not one of my favorite songs here. I actually maybe kind of could have done without it on here. I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
What'd you give it?
I gave this an 8.5 out of 10. I loved it. I thought it was catchy. I like the spooky vibe. I like the dark undertone to the song. I'm just feeling betrayed, feeling regret. I think the song's a hidden gem on SOS. I think this is a great song.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, here we go.
Here we go.
The big boys. Big guns breaking into number 20, Open Arms featuring Travis Scott. What'd you think?
I was kind of not expecting the song when I saw featuring Travis Scott because it's almost kind of like a ballad / breakup song a little bit.
It's way different from something I'd expect from Travis.
This is so different.
It's very different. Like you don't hear anything like this out of Travis song.
So this kind of stopped me in my tracks for a minute. I was like, what are we doing here? But I love seeing the side of Travis. Like,
I think he works really well on this track.
Yeah, he did a good job.
I was very surprised.
They work well together. I liked the ending. I thought it was a little fun.
It was. But the message here just is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I thought here was beautiful. Accepting love on this message with open arms like that. The production, her vocals, I can't speak enough. Again, like on the right track, the right production, her vocals shine through so well, and that's a beautiful example here. And you said it already, but like I think the two of them are really a great pair. Mm-hmm. Very underrated pair, I would say. I don't, because they've done some songs before in the past too that I don't feel like really got as much shine as I would have expected. But I think this is a duo that really always comes through. I love this track. This might be my favorite song. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Ooh.
I love this track. I gave it a straight up 10 out of 10.
Wow, it's a lot more different than the rest of the tracks.
Yeah, very different.
Yeah, and it's kind of a surprise. It's a fun little surprise sprinkled in there.
It is.
Towards the end. I gave it an 8. I liked it. It was good.
Number 20. We're almost there. Number 21.
21.
No 21 Savage on this album.
What's 9 plus 10?
I know. I hate you. That's not how I feel. That's the name of the song,
yeah,
people.
I was like, wait a minute.
Read your notes. It's the name of the song. What did you think of it?
I love this song. I think this is another hit. I love this song. Just listening to it makes me so happy. I love the echoes in the chorus. I love the kind of like almost like 8-bit style intro. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. I love that. We haven't heard something like this on SOS yet, so this was a really fun surprise towards the end of the album.
Yeah, this song came out. It came out about a year before the album came out.
Yeah.
So, like, I do feel like maybe around that time it was a different vibe she was going for with the album. Because, like, it definitely does kind of stand on its own as a track, production-wise. But it's a very relatable message about wanting someone to feel how they made you feel, in a sense. You know, just wanting that sort of thing. Again, this is one of those moments where I'm kind of like, I get what you're saying. I totally understand. But, like, can I 100% agree with it? I don't know.
Oh.
But I feel like it's conveyed well. I feel like she does a great job conveying the message. Mm-hmm. So, like, from that standpoint, I can really appreciate this track. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought you were going to rate it lower for some reason.
I still liked it.
Okay. For the exact reason you said about the message and just how the song was produced, I could see this on Lana.
Yeah, no, this is one of the few tracks, I think, that makes it make sense for the Lana to be a deluxe.
One of the few, yeah.
The very few.
I feel like this is one of, like, this is like a classic, like, SZA song to me. Like, this is her vibe, and I think this is a style where she thrives, where she's got, like, that 8-bit style track, and it's a little different, it's a little unique, and she can kind of get in there and do her own thing. I gave it a 9. 9 out of 10. It's one of my favorites.
I like this track. Number 22, Good Days. I think this might have been the first track from this album. This was released on Christmas Day of 2020.
Christmas? What a present. What a gift.
What did you think?
All right. 22.
Good Days. Technically the first single from the album, released a couple years in advance from it, Christmas Day of 2020.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, like I was saying, a couple of these tracks were released pretty far in advance. I don't know, maybe like that was a label thing, release these songs, we'll see how it goes before we drop an album, or like they were just kind of throwing things at the wall, trying to see what sticks. When they just, I'm not sure what was going on. Maybe this is just how she wanted to do it, but
yeah, this released on Christmas Day in 2020. Not that the song's forgetful, but I just kind of forgot it came out that early.
I kind of did too. I mean, because looking at it now, it feels like just forever ago.
Yeah.
But I guess again, I had to place myself in the mindset of like, this album is from 2022, so in actuality, it doesn't feel as old as it probably does now.
No, it's not even 3 years old.
Yeah.
But I could go on and on about 2020 through 2023. Like, that was just a crazy time. It was a whole different like timeline to me. I feel like I'm like 5 different types of people now.
I've changed so much since then.
I've grown. I'm different.
I'm different.
Yeah,
I'm different. 2 Chainz. Shout out 2 Chainz. What did you think of the track?
Bless you.
God bless. Arlo sneezing, y'all.
Sneezing. He has asthma. The song makes me think of those TikToks that come up and it's like nostalgia from the early 2000s or from your childhood, and it has that music over it that's like the aquatic. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I get what you're trying to say.
I couldn't tell you what it's actually called if it has a title, but like that's what this song makes me think of, and those stupid TikToks make me so emotional sometimes. Like, there are days where I'll see like 10 in a row, and I just get so sad and so nostalgic, and I hate it. I love and hate that feeling, but I love this song. My favorite lyric from the song is, half of us chasing fountains of youth, and it's in the present now. Like, that's so real. That's probably my favorite lyric in this entire album. Like, I think I'm old now, but but I know in like 5 years I'm gonna look back and be like, oh my gosh, look at all like the stuff I was wearing, look at what I was doing, where I live, all this stuff. Like, it's so crazy. I do that with like 2020. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I lived over there, and I really liked to do these things at that time, and I wore this and I listened to that, and it's just even 5 years ago, it's so nostalgic now. And that's crazy. But anyway,
I mean, you grow, you change as a person.
100%. But I love this song. I love that it has that nostalgic vibe. I love the message. This is my favorite song on the album. This is my favorite.
Really?
Yes, it's my favorite.
I thought this is a pretty nice track. You know, I do love the spacey production on here. I feel like what really got me hooked was the outro music, along with those backup vocals coming through.
Yeah,
like that cool. I was like, oh, this is so nice. I actually forgot about that.
It's again, just the scratch in your brain.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I think that helped me to improve. I think it helped improve the song a bit more for me. Because, like, I was actually kind of like, you know, it's a good track, but it's one of my least favorites. I think the problem I was having, you know, with songs like this and Shirt, like these songs, I mean, they're all pretty old at this point, but like these songs were released so far in advance of the album that I feel like what we got on the actual album feels more like an album, and these songs were kind of tacked on. Maybe don't quite fit as well, but I feel like on their own, they're still good tracks. I do still think it's a good song.
Okay.
I gave it originally a 6, but I remember the outro really helped me, so I bumped it up to a 7.
Okay, I was about to say, you're crazy for giving it a 6. No way.
The outro really helped. I really love this. That is one of my favorite moments on this album. I love that outro. Love that.
I gave it a 10. This is a 10 out of 10
10
song
out of 10? Okay. Stand by.
I know it was naughty.
We're almost done, buddy, because here we are.
23.
Forgive Less. Featuring Arlo. Arlo on that track. You just ate.
Featuring Dirty Old. Can we say that?
Old Dirty.
Can we say that? Old Dirty Boy.
Yeah, y'all know. If you're a hip hop head, you know who we're talking about.
Yep.
We won't say the name because, you know, we got kids listening to this, man.
We got kids.
It's a family show. We can't say the name. But like, yeah, no. If you're a Wu-Tang Clan fan, you know who we're talking about. And, you know, like, he's passed away a while ago. Yeah, rest in peace. Legend here. So, yeah, this is a song, takes, like, samples of, like, old tracks that he may have had hidden away and used on this song, which I'm not really a fan of artists doing that. Like, I get sometimes, you know, like, it's a credit to the track of using like someone's old vocals who's passed away, of like tracks that may have not been released, or even if they were released. I'm not particularly a fan of when artists do that, and I feel like some artists do it very distastefully. I don't feel like that's the case here. You know, I do feel like it's done still in a tasteful way. I think it fits very well. His vibe definitely fits with the production here. I think it fits well with what SZA was going for. You know, I think SZA good job on the track conveying the message of the album overall. I feel like this is an outro for a reason, because I feel like we've reached that point where, like, you go back, like, some messages of songs had, like, the same kind of vibe to other songs, and I feel like this is a good recap of overall getting to a point of just not caring so much about what others think, and having the confidence in yourself to convey what you want to say and how you want to feel and what you want out of a relationship, which is, yeah, again, of the struggles. We've had struggles on this album talking about falling in love with people who just want you for one thing, and, you know, like, learning to get over that hill, learning to have more confidence in yourself, and I feel like we reached that point on this track, which I really liked. You got anything you want to say? Or I said a lot right there.
Yeah, that was real, though. This is a great ending to SOS. I can't see this track anywhere else on the list, but at the end, because this is such a great ending for all the reasons you said, the message and everything. Old Dirty, he really carries the mood on this song, and SZA just lets him go off, and I mean, the whole message of the song to me is forgive, but don't forget. You can forgive, you can move on with your life, do what you gotta do, but it's important not to forget what has happened in your past because you don't want that to repeat and you don't want to let what has bothered you in the past bother you again in the present because you've learned from those things for a reason and you've cut certain people and habits and things out of your life now in the present for a reason. So it's important to not forget why you did that.
Right.
Yeah.
I gave this a 9 out of 10.
Ooh, I gave it a 7.5.
Okay.
It's a real song.
It is a real song.
It's a real song.
Real song.
Real song.
All right, and
we did
there
it.
You go. We did it.
All right. I don't know where it's gonna be when we've edited and posted this, but we're clocking in at about an hour and 12 minutes now, so that's not too bad.
No.
For 23 songs. I mean, we did it kind of quick, and we had some pauses because Arlo's naughty. But
you want to give a quick top 3 overall rating and everything?
My top 3. Number 1 obviously is Good Days. I gave number 2 to Snooze, obviously, because I have to put Snooze somewhere. Number 3 is I Hate You. And I have to give an honorable mention to Blind because I love Blind, and it's hard to pick a top 3 when there's over 20 songs. So
that's fair.
It's hard.
Did you want a top 5? Bump it up, or are you good?
Number 4 would be Blind. Number 5 would probably be Shirt.
For me, 100%. My top favorite was Open Arms with Travis Scott. I love this track. It's very different from everything. It felt very special.
Yeah, it was a special song.
Yeah. Open Arms, Snooze, definitely Snooze. Probably my favorite of the singles. I liked Nobody Gets Me. That would probably be my top 3. I liked Gone Girl, and I'll say Kill Bill.
Ooh,
that's my top 5. Overall rating, I gave this album, I'd say 8 out of 10.
Okay. Arlo has a lot of thoughts too. Arlo, what do you rate this album? 1 headbutt. That's pretty good for Arlo. That's good.
What's your rating?
I would probably rate this album a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Despite, I know there are a lot of songs on here where I was like, it's kind of like a 5, it's a 6, it's a whatever, but overall it's a solid album. I get what she was going for.
We better wrap this up.
Wrap it up then. I like the messages. I like the theme of this album. The album art. Shh, quiet. He's crying because he's hungry, but he just ate. And he gets fed in an hour and a half. Get over here. What are you crying about? Come sit.
He's just a wee lad.
He's only 7 years old. What was I saying? 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's a solid album. You know, if someone wanted to be like, hey, let's listen to this in whole right now, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm down, but I'm not going to do that on my own probably unless I'm really feeling some SZA in my life other than Lana, because I've been listening to Lana a lot.
I haven't listened to SOS in a while, so I'm glad we did this because it reminded me of why I love this album so much. And it definitely does make me want to go back and listen to it more often now because I can listen to this front to back and have no complaints. There's not a single track here I didn't like.
Okay, yeah. I probably will definitely add a couple songs from SOS into my new work playlist to keep on the loop because I have a couple songs from Lana in there, but it wouldn't have felt right to review Lana without reviewing SOS.
But yeah, with that, we're all set for Lana now.
We got a lot coming up. This will be our first episode of February. It's a quick month, but we got a lot cooking for February specifically because...
Yeah, like we said, we're going to do the Lana review.
Yeah, we got the Grammys coming up.
Yeah, it's not just album reviews this month, guys.
Yeah, we got some nonsense.
Got some nonsense thrown in there. Good nonsense, though, so tune in.
Yeah, we got the Grammys coming up. We got the Super Bowl. We might talk about the Super Bowl halftime performance because our girl's on it now.
I was going to say, there's a lot of SZA about to get packed into February.
Yeah.
SOS, Lana, both perform. Kendrick is the headliner. We don't forget you, Kendrick. But SZA, you threw SZA in there. So
February is the month of SZA.
It honestly is. That's how
she's also nominated for a Grammy for Saturn. So we're gonna be talking about her all month long.
Yeah, no,
I love it.
Yeah, we're gonna go back like she said, we're gonna go back and review the Grammys, review the winners because we did predictions a couple months ago.
She better win.
We'll see. But yeah, with that, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for listening. This is a little bit of a throwback song. This is a little bit of a throwback album, so we appreciate you being here for the new albums, for the throwbacks, for the random ones.
Yeah, it's been a bit quiet so far, 2025, when it comes to big releases.
Yeah.
I know we got some on the way though. Like Weekend is dropping.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll probably be our first new album review.
Probably, yeah.
So be on the lookout for that as well. We'll review that coming up in a couple weeks or so.
Yeah, we've had some, maybe not requests, but some guesses for album reviews we might do. So stay tuned. Maybe we'll end up reviewing what our listeners want us to review. Who knows? But yeah, we appreciate you guys, and thanks for chilling with us. I hope you're staying warm. I hope you're cozy and staying warm in this awful January weather. I hope you're staying safe wherever you are. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and it's an interesting and difficult time to be in.
But it's important to stay united, to stay strong, because you're not going to be able to get through stuff like this on your own. So, like, stay strong, united with one another.
Yeah. When you're feeling down, when you're feeling lonely, there's always music to turn to. Music's always there for you.
And we hope we can provide some entertainment for you in these times as well.
Doing this. You have SZA, but you also have us.
Us talking about SZA.
We're here for you.
We got you.
We're all together.
Yeah, be sure to stay tuned for more. But for now, this has been
the Duck Squad Podcast. Hit it, Arlo.